Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel. I had a viewer tell me, I think it was a comment on one of my haul videos. I must have been showing all that bias tape and how I washed it, I ironed it, and then I used it to sew ruffles. And well, I didn't bring all those things, but I think that might have been during a blush journal update. Oh, I kind of just popped right. I mean, I got right into it. I don't. Well, I was going to say I don't like a preamble, but of course I do love a preamble. Anyway, I should. I'm remiss in not thanking you for being here. It does make a difference to me. It makes a difference to YouTube, and we know we care about what YouTube wants. So, see, say something a little naughty and you choke on it. Anyway, what this gal said, and I didn't write down the channel name. I don't know her first name. I mean, I don't know if she has a channel. If I can track down some information, I will. If it turns out she has a channel, I will mention it in the description box. If not, she just has a clever YouTube name, and she, admired what I had done, but also said that quite often she uses bias tape to with her dies. Now this little house, I need to poke out a couple of, here, let's put this down. I'll show you what the die is like. There are others in this set, but they're too wide for the width of the bias tape. Now that door is not supposed to, I don't think it's supposed to cut. So theoretically, I could keep that door open if I wanted, if I didn't have anything else to do. Anyway, I tried it. As you can see, I both got the negative space and the positive flower. Now these guys, again, they're more to this set, but these are the only ones that were small enough to fit on the doohickey. So then I cut into some of the blush, light pink bias tape that I have, and used, must have been this one. I used this die. So you can see that, that the negative, and these should be better because they're Sizzix ones, I believe. Or at least, well, I don't know. You know me, I get rid of packaging. Let's just try another one. Now you can, and okay, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I wasn't a scrapbooker. I wasn't a card maker. So I was in a scrapbooking type store in the city, in Edmonton, wondering about, a Sizzix Big Shot. And this might be like 2 years ago. And the lady said, because I wanted to do embossing. And she said, well, but you'll use it for die cutting too. I said, no, Pshaw, no, I'm not going to do that. And, talk about eat your words. Anyway, because I don't know that much about it, I don't know at what point these things have to be replaced. I know that in the beginning I was really scared because it made creaking noises. It seemed I needed to do apply a heck of a lot of pressure. Now, okay, if we remember anything at all from science, we know that if it's dished out, it's concave. And the way I remember a cave is sort of in. The opening to a cave is in. This is convex. Now, I don't know, to be honest, which way I'm more likely to get a good result. I mean, I do it both ways. There's also this thing, and I know that some of the early editions of this thing had lettered, like the plates had letters on them, and they say, oh, you got to make your sandwich using, you know, an A and a thing and a B and a, you know, like, forget it. Anyway, so I'm going to have the bump up. I know from watching Celeste at Woodland, is it Woodland Inspiration? Geez, let me check my list here. I do have a cheat sheet of Woodland Inspired. She seems to be a pro at this kind of stuff. And it was in one of her videos that I saw that she puts her thing at an angle. And I asked her why, and her reply, well, Tim Holtz does it that way. So I guess if it's good enough for Tim, it's good enough for Hazel. Anyway, so I'm giving that a shot. Now, I forgot to show you what happened here. Now, because this stuff is not thick, this, you know, it kind of cut it right at a vulnerable spot in the die. But trim that little thing off. I got 2 pieces instead of 1, so clearly that's not a waste. I also cut off this area that has, like, where the fabric is joined together. And I also wanted to just try tearing. And you can see that it very much tears on the bias. So unless you want, you know, your thing, for instance, I thought, oh, maybe this could be part of a bookmark or something. Obviously a frayed edge would be nice, but it's not going to fray, so who are we kidding? Anyway, okay, on with the show. Or maybe I should say on with the spectacle. Okay, so I have my thing in there, and I'm going to stand up, and it's at an angle. Now, of course, I have a limited amount of space here, so you're going to only see part of this. Maybe you'll hear the creaking. Maybe we should be afraid that we don't hear any creaking. I typically, you know, go back and forth, and if it's too silent, mind you, do I want to check? Maybe let me check. Again, it shouldn't take a great deal of pressure. Oh, see, I probably should have gone again. So now I'm going to have to, you know, snip at this with little scissors. And you know, it could also be that this is more difficult because those fibers are at an angle. Okay, I will putz around with this later. I have another one pre-cut. Let's use exactly the same dies. So we're in our lab, you know, that we have only one variable, and the variable is going to be that I'm going to do it more than once. And of course, when you're using this thing for embossing or die cutting, if you don't have the right thickness, you need to add shims. And shims could be as simple as a piece of paper. Let's do it once more just for the heck of it. Could be as simple as a piece of paper or as thick as maybe, you know, a bit of cardboard type thing. Oh, look at that. So what the heck? Okay, Celeste, if you watch this video, please offer a diagnosis, and I hope it isn't sell your machine. because I have quite a bit invested in dyes, and it's too bad I don't have another piece of fabric handy to actually try and see. Mind you, maybe I need to turn this over. Anyway, when I was talking to that storekeeper that sold me the maybe let's try, because we've had so much success so far. Oh, let's try this little thrifted ballerina. I said to that woman, to that storekeeper, and apparently she's only been doing it for about 25 years. So what the heck does she know? Anyway, I said, you know, I'm kind of scared. It makes those noises. There's a lot of resistance. And she said, you know, she basically reassured me. She did say the machines are very tough. I should get rid of this little thing, but anyway, she said the machines are really tough, but you got to use your head too. Anyway, I guess some guy bought a machine, a Sizzix, Big Shot, and ruined it when he tried to emboss or cut, I guess, maybe not cut, not emboss, but cut a license plate. Like, how dumb is that? Anyway, I guess there's one born every day. I'm just trying to get, I don't have my pliers handy, but let's see if I can just break that little thing off. So, I did select some dies that I thought could be kind of cute, and more importantly, were pretty narrow. So, don't you think of light pink when you see a ballerina? Maybe I should put this one at the bottom. This one on top. Let's try to center her. Oh, put it at an angle. I've got the bump down. And let's see what happens this time. Okay, now we have some creaking and groaning. Well, that's pretty good. And you can see, I mean, I can see slight indications where, you know, with the ruffles on her skirt. Well, that's sweet. So, again, in our science lab, let's do one of these flowers again. Maybe this one has fewer weak stems. And see if the way I had those plates is the thing that made the difference. So, bump down. Oh, angle. And again, this is one of those jobs that if you've gone to the trouble to dig out your machine, pull out a whole bunch of dies. Should we do this one? Let's check after one pass. That doesn't even seem like it was all touching, making contact. I'll do it again. Yeah, if you have all this stuff pulled out, then you'd better make it worth your while. See, no creaking this time. So I wonder what the heck is up. Again, the head came off. I wonder if these were shall we say, imitation Sizzix. I'm kind of annoyed by that, you know? Okay, let us try. Let's forget those flowers. I have some of these edges. Let's try. Maybe this one would be good. Okay, so I had this flatter thing down. And it's just kind of... And the only reason I'm cutting this is just to make it a bit easier. And also in case the negative space turns out really beautifully, then how about if we go this way? Then I can use it perhaps somehow. Okay, you have your fingers crossed. Creak, creak, creak. I should probably confess those are my joints, not the machine. Okay, I wonder... I'm going to pull this back a smidge because it's hitting something that I have in front of me, so I don't know if I got... There's nothing more annoying to me than when I... Well, I guess there are a lot of things more annoying to me, but one of the annoying things... Whoops. I lost count of how many times I did that. Is to find that, you know, it didn't cut at the bottom. Oh. Oh. Now that would be miserable to have to glue down, especially since it's so thin. What's going on here? That you can't exactly, you know, use a glue stick. What can I show you? Or here, I'll just show you. Oops, on here for a second. So that's pretty cool. That would be sweet on a page. Okay. Not this one. Okay, should we try another border? Or should we try... Okay, we said we're going to forget these flowers. I also love using this one. Oh, I see there's some paper stuck in there from last time. So I guess I hope that, number one, if you have any tips, you write them in the comments. And number two, even if you don't have tips, tell me if you have a one of these gizmos. And if you use it, and if you love it, and we'll see if I'm the only one who needs a tutorial on this, or more practice, or something. And again, it's not very efficient. No, I have a cup of hot water here. Let me take a swig. It's not very efficient going through, I mean, time-wise, going through this thing with one little itty-bitty thing like this. Oh, this is nice. And hopefully those pieces will, well, maybe not. I'm probably going to have to cut every one. Darn it. Okay, let's try something else. Let's double up. Oh, I should cut this off because it's going to, maybe that'll work for an edge. So we have to cut this off as well. Oh, I should probably be working, oh, here's part of a flower. Flew across the room. You know what, let's do some purple. I don't know that the dyeing process changes, you know, it shouldn't change the weight or the nature of the fabric, but who knows? So we'll see if doubling this up makes any kind of difference at all. Oh, I was talking about efficiency, saving time in the craft room. If I'm doing paper, I will typically put several things on here. Oh, I cut through both. I put several small things on at once so that, well, it didn't. I guess where it cuts, and where it doesn't, it doesn't. So I'm going to have to work on this one a bit too. One thing I guess I could have tried, but I'm not really prepared for that. See that frayed there? Can you see that? Let's see if I can separate these two. Okay, this isn't bad. There's only a couple that need, oh, but see, then it tore there. You know what would be smarter? Glue some fabric. Oh, but then we've got glue to deal with. It would have to dry. Okay, this should be the plan. Glue, you know, if I'm cutting off a few inches, glue it onto some, I don't know, whatever weight of paper, and then cut it, and then you don't have to fool around with trying to glue something like this after the fact, because it's already glued on there. So it is like killing two birds with one stone. Did I just invent the cure for cancer? Oh my God, that's so awesome. Okay, let us see what, let's try something else. And I want to be aware of the time, 23 minutes. Whoopsie. No, we probably don't have many pink or purple. Okay, this is definitely, oh, I have these feathers. We could try a feather. Okay, what's going to be most likely here? Well, these should work like a charm because, why is that corner turned in? These should work like a charm because there isn't much to them. Okay, I have my thing there. Let's do purple. We're going to know it's a feather by its shape more than any veining or whatever you call those things on feathers. Oh, and I see that I have pulled out a package of dyes that are, oh, Sizzix brand. Boy, if I spill that water, I'm not going to be impressed. So we'll try one of those just to see. Oh, and these are borders. Oh, I shudder to think. Look at all that ornate stuff. Probably not a good outcome. So it looks like it's a bit of trial and error. Ooh, the feather worked well. Maybe I'll have feathers in the journal. Cool. Okay, I'll just try one of these Sizzix borders, and then I'll let you go because let's see which one is most likely to. Maybe that one has the. Mind you, they all have so many holes. These have bigger holes. Let's try this one. And again, we'll use purple because but I will have to try that idea of gluing it first. And if anyone also can tell me what the life expectancy is for these cutting plates, or not cutting, well, what are they called? These plates. I'd appreciate hearing that too. I'm sorry if my doing this is shaking the desk, which is in turn shaking the arm, which is holding the phone. Hey, are your fingers crossed? Look at that. Okay, something, it's still attached at the end, but that's, I'll just cut a bit wide for the time being. And then I could neaten it up after you guys are gone. Oh. Don't pretend you're washing your laundry down at the river by beating it on a rock. That is too vigorous for this skinny little fabric. It just tears. Celeste, can you try this at home and see if you can make it work? Oh dear. Okay, well, this can still be used because, you know, we like shaggy looking stuff, but kind of a waste of. Okay, aren't you glad you tuned in? And I hope that young lady who was who made the suggestion also looks this video over, and offers some remediation ideas for me. Anyway, I'm going to stop there. I I think I've done enough damage for one day. And dare I ask you to like this video or to subscribe? You never know what you're going to get here. Anyway, seriously, thank you for being here. I do hope you subscribe. I do hope you I hope you come back again. Okay, guys, thanks. Bye.